About a week ago, Steve sent out an email asking us to write about our heroes. And immediately I thought about my mom because about 43 years ago, we left Cuba for a better life. And we came over with 8 of us family members. It was 2 of my older sisters, a twin brother, and my mom, of course, a cousin of mine that my father also brought over, and my grandfather. And we all lived in a little apartment, the 8 of us, and my father was the only one that was working. He was the only one that had a career, so he was the sole provider of the entire family. And then within 5 years of us being in the United States and beginning to settle in, he passed away. And it was devastating to my family because now we found ourselves without a father, without the provider of the family. And my mom at the time was in her 30s, young, only had a 6th grade education, didn't speak the language, and she found herself being now the head of the family, taking care of everybody. As a little kid, I didn't really think much of it. I just went outside and had a normal life, and played, and thought everything was fine except for I didn't have a father. I mean, I realized that, but didn't realize the struggles my mom went through. You know, starting to learn a new language, getting a job in a factory, waking up every morning, making us breakfast, taking us to school, going to work 9, 10 hours in a factory on her feet all day long, coming back home, providing dinner for us, making dinner, giving us baths, and getting us ready to bed just to start all over again. And I just can't think about, now that I have my own family, how difficult that was, especially with very little money, because working in a factory you didn't make anything. And to provide for everybody in a home and food, and it's just amazing to me now that I have my own family. I mean, sometimes I wonder how I'm going to make ends meet, and I make probably 100 times more money than she made. So I think of the courage that took to be able to stick it out. And a lot of us think of heroes as sports athletes or astronauts and stuff like that, but if you think about it, those people really want to do that. They work their whole career to do something like that. I mean, it's not something they chose not to do. They chose to do it. And then when I think of my mom, it's that she didn't choose to be a widow. She didn't choose to stick it out and make sure that we were provided for. She could have got up and left and just got into a drug habit or anything like that. A million other things could have been, but the courage she displayed was incredible. By working 12 hours a day, being there for us, giving us a loving home, and just accomplishing what she did with so little was amazing to me. And then once the kids got a little older, we were able to help out, and that's when I started realizing how amazing she was and what a hero she really was to me and my siblings. It's time for her to retire at 65, and she was looking forward to it because she's had a hard life, and now her kids have grown up, they're all working, we're successful, and so it was time for her to kick back, enjoy life, and for us to give back a little bit. And shortly after that, she got hit with her second biggest tragedy in her life. Was she was diagnosed with an incurable type of bone cancer, which was devastating to us. I mean, I remember the first day she called me and told me she had it, and she was so calm about it, and I just about dropped the phone and started crying right there on the spot. And that was tough. That was tough. And it was about 5 years she fought it. And again, stepping up to the plate, she showed her courage, never complaining, right up to the moment she died. And I just think about it. If I could only be half the person she was, that, I'll be happy. The courage that she showed was incredible. And that's why she's my hero. And her name was, interesting enough, her name was Idalia Ana Milagros Gandales. And her middle name, Milagros, in Spanish means miracle. And that's what she was to us. She was the miracle for us, the stepping stone for us to be successful here in a new country. And I'll never forget her because of that.